Did you know that people that eat healthier and exercise more have a 45% better mental health than those who didn't? In the beginning of my senior year, my mental health was the lowest it's ever been. I was eating terribly and barely exercising. I would be so mentally drained that I would have trouble getting up to school and going to work. I started learning about different workout routines and how to get the right form down. During that time, I was probably working out only once or twice a week. I was super inconsistent. But when senior summer started, I realized I wanted to make a change. So I asked myself, what lifestyle changes do I need to make to become a happier person? I began to work out 5 to 6 times a week, as well as eating healthier and talking in a more positive way. All these things have led me to have a better mindset as well as a happier lifestyle. During my project, I discovered a lot about fitness and what I fell in love with. When I started working out, I stuck to mostly cardio and core. I was too nervous to go on any equipment alone. Whenever I would go to the gym, I would see my friend Lucy Little there, who had been going to the gym for over a year. I would only work out with friends, and I was too scared to go alone. The first time I actually tried going alone, I sat in my car for an hour and then I left. So I began to work out with Lucy, and she taught me the basics on how to lift. From there on out, I fell in love with it. I created my split workout routine for strength training. This included push, pull, legs, and cardio. I stuck to this routine for 5 months and was able to progressively overload. Progressive overload means that you either increase the weight, frequency, or the amount of reps you do. This helped me gain a lot of muscle and lose a lot of weight. Not only did I learn a tremendous amount about exercising and lifting, but I also learned how much this helped with my mental health. Whenever I was upset, angry, frustrated, I would go to the gym and I felt like all my problems would go away. Working out helped me cope with all my problems and completely changed my body and my mindset. Eating healthy was also another major part of my project. I started counting my calories and decided to stay in a calorie deficit, which means eating and drinking less calories than you burn. In the beginning of my project, I ordered the 21-day fixed plan with my mom from Beachbody. They gave me several different size containers that measured different food categories such as protein, fat, and fiber. Every time I made food, I measured it out in those containers. I stayed away from processed foods the whole time and only drank water. At the end of the project, I met with my nutritionist. She measured my BMI and told me the exact amount of calories and protein I need to take. She said that I should be eating around 110 grams of protein a day and 2,000 calories a day. I tracked all of my food through the app MyFitnessPal. In the slideshow, you can see some of the foods I made throughout my project. And for breakfast, one of my go-tos was the Kodiak protein chocolate chip oatmeal, Greek yogurt, and fruit. For the volunteering aspect of my project, I volunteered for 5 hours at the Liberty House in Manchester. This is a substance-free housing community for homeless veterans. I helped sort and organize food and clothing supplies. Although this does not relate to exercise or healthy eating, this does relate to mental health. This place was extremely important to me to volunteer at because of my dad. Almost 3 years ago, he passed away because of his drug addiction that formed in the military. I believe that everyone should be supported through their mental health progress, and I hope that it will become more of a priority in the future. Not only have I learned a tremendous amount through my personal experience of the project, but I also learned a lot through the research aspect of it. One of the most important things I've learned is how the brain is affected. Wendy Suzuki said that the more you work out, the bigger and stronger your prefrontal cortex and hippocampus gets. This is important because the two areas that are most susceptible to neurodegenerative diseases and normal cognitive decline in aging. With working out, you will decrease the risk of these diseases. Exercise changes the brain's physiology, function, and anatomy. Moving your body will increase the levels of neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin, which will lead to better mood, better energy, better attention, and better memory. One study that really caught my eye was in the book Spark. Rady, the doctor, was explaining how his patient's mental health increased when exercising, as well as the decrease of his drug addiction. Rady said that exercise was a conduit for shifting Rusty's focus to a more productive life. I see exercise as a way of offsetting the feeling of hopelessness and uselessness that a lot of drug users have. So, exercise has helped so many people with several situations varying from drug addiction, depression, aging, self-esteem issues, and simply just an unhealthy lifestyle. I also researched the effects of eating healthier on the brain and the body. One doctor explained food as fuel. She explained that your brain is always on. It takes care of your thoughts and your movements, your breathing and your heartbeat, your senses. It works hard 24/7, even while you're asleep. This means your brain requires a constant supply of fuel. That fuel comes from the food you eat. And what's in that fuel makes all the difference. As I researched my project, I learned from various sources that it is extremely important to eat healthy. For example, if you have too much sugar, especially artificial sugar, it can spark rapid weight gain as well as a potential addictive response. Eating badly will increase the risks of depression as well as making mental health symptoms worse. Throughout my research and my personal experience, I have learned how important eating healthy and working out is for a better lifestyle. I've also learned so much about myself and what works best for me. I'm proud to say that I finished this class and created my legacy. I hope to see everyone making these lifestyle changes as well in the future. As Mark Twain once said, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. If you start working out and eating healthier today, you'll soon start to notice the changes in your lifestyle. One of the most frequent questions I got asked is, how do I stay motivated? And I would always respond with, it's not motivation that's keeping me going, it's discipline. Thank you. Any questions? Oh, okay, Victoria, hi.
Do you ever feel like counting calories made your mental health worse?
Yeah, just, I don't know, like, I think that it depends on like the person, but for me, like, I definitely had like body image like problems, so like sometimes it would kind of like destroy it, and like if my friends wanted to go out to eat, I'd always be like, I can't. So in some aspects, like, yeah. Rose?
Amy, what was the hardest part of your project? Did you have any like plateau moments or?
Yes, I had a major plateau. I was so mad. Like my legs, they just wouldn't change, and I was so frustrated. And I would ask like all my friends like what to do, and they just said like stay with it, like progressively overload, like keep your routine. Anything else?
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.